What's up, Care Factor Nation? Rich Maliki back on another podcast, Season 2, Episode 8. And I am here with a very special guest from a very, very long ways away from home, JR from Angry Chef Kitchen Repair in California. You're talking to me. There you go. L.A. So what we're going to do right now is just introduce yourself to Care Factor Nation and tell us a little bit about who you are. Make sure you're talking into the mic too. You gotta get a little closer, right?
That's good.
Yeah, you gotta talk. You gotta get like to. You got. See how I am? You gotta get it. You gotta get to it.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of background. I grew up in the industry. Since I was 15, 16, working in a factory. Started packaging equipment. Shortly after, started on an assembly line and building equipment, and soon enough I fell in love with the mechanics of it all, just how the equipment, what it does, and it became a passion for me. So been in the industry pretty much since I was 15. Went to school, got my business degree, but continued in the industry. Now for the last 6 years, started my own service company out in LA, the greater LA area. And the reason we started it is because we knew that there was a need for people who cared, who want to do a good job, want to do something a little differently, because I'd seen the other side of it. Mm-hmm. I was on the service manager side of it. I was the guy hiring the companies out in LA. Yeah. And I saw the need for it. I knew that there was an opportunity there. So yeah, I just stayed in line with my passion, and just expanded into all different kinds of brands rather than just the one that I grew up in, and learned a lot every day. Went out, worked on the equipment myself, hired a guy, hired a second guy, and I'm just more involved in it every day. Now the company's called Angry Chef Kitchen Repair. Started off, called it Diagnostic Sync, just kind of showing that we diagnose, we figure out what it is, and we fix it for you. Didn't catch on really well, and I started to notice that the chefs we would go out to see, kitchen staff, they were really angry. It was like the TV show that you'd see.
There are angry people out there in those kitchens, man.
And they are. They're that way, and they're that way for a reason. This is their art. Yes. This is their passion.
It's understandable.
It's their tools. And when the tools don't work, they're not happy people. I get it completely. So I said, I'm calling it Angry Chef. There was a lot of blowback, a lot of people that I went to just for advice and say, what do you think? Angry Chef. I don't know. It's a little, I got good vibes from it. I got bad, response. I said, I'm doing it. I'm going with my gut.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's different.
It is. Also something, that kind of makes us realize we're human beings. We have emotions. We get caught up in work every day with everything that's going on. When we walk into a kitchen and the shirt says Angry Chef, mm-hmm. They kind of smile right away. They know they kind of disarm with the whole thing, and then we connect, and we create a relationship.
It's huge.
It is. So, I mean, it's just now I'm in the phase where trying to, next level, mm-hmm. trying to grow it, trying to do more good things for more good people. Yeah. And
you got two guys now.
Two guys and myself.
And again, we're in California. We're in the greater Los Angeles area, and I found something interesting that we just talked about, how you interview for technicians. I think as a small business that you have a great opportunity to do things a little differently than some of the big boys out there. And so tell everyone about how you're interviewing for technicians.
Well, it starts with the resume. I look at the resume and I look at I read between the lines on everyone's resume, and I kind of try and get an idea of where this person's passions lie, what he's really interested in. I'm not worried about what he's done, and I start from there. I call them, I have a conversation with them, And I ask him things like, what do you like to work on? What's your favorite? I know you've worked here. What was your favorite thing to do there?
Yep.
And kind of get an idea of, is this person built to, in their mind, start to break things down mechanically and understand what's the cause of a failure. That's really what I'm getting down to.
And this is on the phone.
Over the phone.
So the interview part that I love is where does the interview actually take place?
The interview actually, so that's phase one. Once I realize this is a candidate, I offer them the actual live interview, which is a day out in the field with me.
Boom.
Yeah. So we go out on 5 or 6 service calls, whatever's on my schedule. I start handing them tools. I start asking them to do things, and that's the first service call. See what their aptitude is with, using the tools and all that, the equipment, meters and things like that. Then second visit, I might ask them to be the person that greets the restaurant and tells them who we are and what we're there to do.
Oh, yeah.
See how they handle that. Because everything matters,
Soft skills, customer service.
They're the face. That person that I hire is going to be the face of Angry Chef Kitchen Repair. And it's got to be somebody that's going to be welcomed in that kitchen every time.
Yeah.
So that matters to me.
It's relationships. I mean, it's people helping people. Right. I always say is fixing the equipment is half the battle. The other half of the battle is working with people.
And then communication, huge,
big,
huge
for me.
Yeah, the same job, a job that you do can turn out to be great, or it can turn out to be a nightmare depending on how you communicated it. Do the right people know what happened? Do they have the write-up? Do they know where we're at in the process of fixing this? Mm-hmm. If you leave it hanging, you'll lose it.
I mean, that's one of the things that we preach here all the time, and it's one of the things I'm really starting to really, really, really come down hard on, as far as really trying to drill it into the team, because I always say, Maliki cares, right? So care equals communication. When I go out to the road, and maybe when you are going out there, one of the things that when you're especially onboarding new customers, you're saying, what was missing? Why are we here? Why are you looking? Because I never know what this company's doing. I never know if parts are on order. I never know if the guy was here or not. I never know anything. And I'm paying them and I'm chasing them down. Right. Communication, man, is like the number one thing from every customer's mouth. And you want to be the best partner in the industry, right? For all the people around you, you want to be the best partner for your employees. You want to be the best for your reps, and your dealers, and your manufacturers, and your customers. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's a simple word: care, communication, simple words.
Absolutely.
But I always say you could say communication all day. It's the execution on the communication.
Yeah, the word care, especially in this industry, like you said a little while ago. What was it you said? It takes a month to create it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're working on a year sometimes to get a customer, and you could lose them in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all down to what that word care means. You care enough to communicate, to make sure the message comes across. And that involves a lot of work, a lot of man time, because every little thing that changes in the status of a job needs to be communicated. And that's man time.
Yeah.
And
it's not easy.
It's a phone call.
It's like one of those, because what happens, it's like you look at if you look at it on a small scale, it's like it's just one customer. But if you look at it company wide, like someone like for us, we're a small business too, but if we're handling 250 plus calls a week, damn, it's kind of gets, when you look at it like that, it's like, well, this is going to be tough. Yeah. But you got to just be vigilant, stay on track, make sure everyone's got the things that they need in front of them to communicate, from emails and cell phones and phones, and everyone's kind of in the inter-office conversation. Sometimes you sit 2 feet away from someone and they have information that you need. And it's like, don't make me pull things out.
Right.
Let's talk. It's like when I go up in the office sometimes and it's quiet, I'm like, let's go, baby. It's too quiet up here. We got to talk it up. It should be loud.
Right.
And but it's creating a new culture we're cultivating right now. We're in a process of making we're revolutionizing our own company here, trying to really bring it to a new place.
That's what brings me here. That's the magnet that attracted me to New Jersey. If you don't mind, I want to take a minute to explain that the care factor that Rich always talks about, that you always talk about, is it's huge, and it's exactly how I feel. And the fact that you run, I don't know how many trucks, a lot more than I've got.
Well, we have 13.
You have 13 trucks.
Guys, yeah.
and you're able to maintain that standard with 13 trucks, means there's a lot of work that goes behind it. I wanted to come out here to see how you're putting in that work, how you're getting it done, and I want to thank you first of all for having me.
Of course.
Because you opened your doors to me, and you didn't have to. You really, and I was so happy when you did, and I flew all the way out to.
I'm honored that you even wanted to. And we're happy to have you. Believe me.
This comes from some experience that I've had with you over the years. I used to be the guy hiring you to do the work, and I can say you were probably the best service company to deal with in terms of the response, the work that was done, the quality, and all that. You always were top of my list, always my go-to guy, and that guy is the guy that I want to talk to today. That's why I'm here. So again, thank you for having me.
Thank you for saying that. I'm sure my guys too will be happy to hear that. That's a hat off to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, I appreciate that, and you did come a long way, and just to talk on that, I just recently spoke at a Cefesa Regional Conference, it's Region 3, down in Dallas, Texas. Cowboys Nation. Hate the fucking Cowboys. Anyway, so I went down there. We were talking on media disruption and stuff like that, and I wanted to bring that up because that's kind of what we're doing here on the second day that you're here, kind of getting into the LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook world. Not YouTube yet, but we'll get there. And talking with an industry that's just so quiet. I mean,
it is quiet.
It's super quiet. And even if you see manufacturers and you see other companies kind of coming into the game, what they're really putting up is not anything of value to anyone. It's, in my opinion, you're seeing pictures of this and pictures of that. It's not telling a story. It's not connecting me in any way. And that's kind of what we're talking about here as we kind of consult on just what it takes. And I think you're in such a unique market and in a unique position as a small business to dive in. And I just kind of I wonder before, because you haven't really dove in yet. So that we're gonna this is gonna be marked down. We have documentation now, audio, visual, before you get going, and we're gonna revisit. We're gonna get you back out here, or I'm gonna come out to California or something, and we're gonna do podcast number 2 a year from now. So I just recently had a presentation that I put on in Cefesa Region 3 in Dallas, Texas. And I get the sense that there's probably no urgency for anybody to get going. And it's not that people are going to go out of business tomorrow, but there's going to be a lot of irrelevant companies over the next decade if they don't start putting their footprint in the sand and making their mark on the industry and being a thought leader and an industry influencer by being in the places where the attention is going. And so you're just we're sitting here, you came across the country, we're talking about different things. And one of the things is we're getting you going here with LinkedIn. We're going to get you going. We're going to get you doing some videos. We just talked about something that we're going to start doing every Friday. We're not going to release that just yet. We'll talk about that. But so now you're just this is the pre conversation. A year from now is going to be the post conversation, and we're going to follow up with you and be like, okay, you've just been doing this for a year. Where are you at? What are your thoughts now? So before we get going, what are your thoughts before you start on getting into the media world here, LinkedIn and Instagram and all that?
Well, first off, I mean, this conversation is kind of a commitment on my end to actually get it started. So it is going to happen. It's on video.
That's right.
It's
right.
It's being recorded.
It's happening.
So, listen, I mean, the industry is quiet, I think, because there's not much excitement about it. And there's not much excitement because no one's creating it. And there's a lot to talk about. There really is. Everyone in every sector can learn from everyone else. The conference we had with Cefesa and reps came in and manufacturers came in. I think that was great. We learned a lot in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. And
that needs to happen on a daily basis through digital media. I 100% agree with you on that. For the proof is there. We learned a lot. I learned a lot that I didn't know, and it's an eye-opening thing. You you take it for granted what everybody else does in their sector.
Yeah, I mean, and you want to talk about learning. I mean, everybody's here. Everybody's here. Maybe not everybody's on every platform, but I could tell you for us in the food equipment industry and my journey so far, LinkedIn is by far the greatest platform for us right now. Will there be a shift at some point? Maybe. I don't know. But we're going to go where the attention is. So we're going to do the video. That's why I'm doing a video day on LinkedIn. I'm putting out most of my content on LinkedIn. I'm putting out a lot on YouTube, a lot on Instagram, and I'm starting to pour some things into Facebook as well. Because and if you look at the statistics, 2018, 68% of people, the majority of the world, of the 3.2 billion people using social media, 68% is Facebook. It's the biggest platform in the world right now. Whether anybody thinks differently or not, it's not the truth. Facebook is the leader. And you need to be where the attention is. We talk about that all the time. And if you're not there, that means your competition's eventually going to be there. So eventually, everything's going to catch up eventually.
Right.
Why do you want to come in at the tail end and try to catch up? Imagine you're in my market and you're trying to catch up with me. It's going to be hard.
Right.
It's like rolling a boulder uphill. So I'm not taking my foot off the gas. I'm not stopping.
No, you're pioneering this thing. I mean,
I'm trying.
It's really something that you say all the time should have been done a long time ago, but better late than never.
Better late than never.
Right.
Here we are. Same thing for you. So, I think just to kind of maybe even get a little practice, what's your message? What's your message going to be to your customers when you're jumping on these videos? What do you want people to know about JR and Angry Chef Kitchen Repair?
There's a lot of messages, man. I mean,
shoot a few out. Off the top of your head, from the heart. There is no wrong answer.
Well, rather than give you a specific message, I would like to show people what we do on a daily basis, that we're good people, we have good intentions, we really want, I mean, the communication is a lot of it, you know. You can we talked about turning in a screw up. We're all human. Might mess something up. We talked about turning that into an opportunity to impress.
Yes.
And we thrive on those things. And we want to show, I really want to put that out there and say, look, we made a mistake or we misdiagnosed or whatever it may be. It doesn't happen often, but it happens. We're human. We train very well. Our technicians are really bright. They look for all A through Z. But sometimes, something's missed. And we thrive on the opportunity to show, listen, we're backing up what we do.
Exactly.
We're coming back.
We're not perfect.
Right.
But but given the opportunity, we'll make it right every time.
Right. That's just one example. Yep. I want to show customers that, again, it's the care factor, like you say all the time.
Yeah.
We're not just there to, it's not just business. It's not just
we're not just here to take money from you.
Yeah.
We don't want the money. We want a long-term relationship. That's what we want.
Yeah. A lot of us in the service sector actually enjoy what we do. It's not just a job for me.
Yeah.
I get up every morning and I'm happy to solve people's problems. It's just I have a passion for solving problems, period. This is my way of doing it in a world that I know something about. So help somebody out, get them running, get a restaurant running, chefs happy, cooks are happy, restaurants running. It makes us feel good. Makes a technician feels good, starts there. It makes us all feel like we accomplished something that day. And I want to show that side of it. It's not just business. It's not just, hey, we need a check at the end of it. We're there to make a difference for you. And they don't see that side enough. No one sees it. No one that communication isn't happening enough. And when it is happening, it's kind of after the fact and a little too late.
Yeah.
Put it up front, and we can. I want to put it up on a video and show examples, and get communication going there, and just talk about things happen. This is who we are. This is what we do. You can rely on us.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. So Angry Chef Kitchen Repair, I think you need to brand yourself. Needs to be a message, and maybe Angry Chef Kitchen Repair, you can count on us. Yeah. That's it, because we're good people doing good things, and stay tuned, because he's going to start showing you
slowly but surely
every week, at least once a week. It's not too hard.
Yeah.
And we're going to start showing the industry in the world who you are and what your company's about. And hey, listen, if there's any qualified technicians out there in the greater Los Angeles area that are looking to, as I always say, your van is waiting. Boom.
Your van is waiting.
Yeah. There you go.
I've got an MV 200.
And to talk about
about
the commitment, I know told you to do a video on this, but to talk about the commitment that someone listen, the food equipment service industry is full of passionate people.
It really is.
Because this is not something that you just, you could fall into it, but once you're in there, it's like from The Hangover. Bangkok has them now. The food equipment industry has you now. Once you fall into it, it's hard to get out.
It is.
Because it's just, first of all, some of the best people that I've ever met in my life are in this industry.
Right. I
So
can
there's-
agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and they're just good people, and I have friendships now over the last decade that I've made. So I'm thankful for that. And then, but on top of that, the business itself, it's intriguing, it's exciting, it's
It is.
different. Every day is different. You're getting pulled in this direction, that direction. And you said there's problems. You're trying to find solutions to these things, and when you get to find the solutions to these things, man, it just feels good. So what I was leading to was we talked about you had to hire a new technician. And you had to make a really hard decision because you were so passionate and dedicated and hungry to build your business for your kids, for your wife. You want to build a legacy.
Yeah.
Tell everybody. I thought it was a great way to show the dedication and passion behind what you do. What did you have to do that was such a tough decision to get that van?
Well, I had 2 vans and needed a third one, and about a year and a half prior to that, I found a used model of my dream car, which is the GT500. Ford GT500. It was 2014 model that I bought.
Mm-hmm.
Got a good deal on it, but still, payments were not easy.
Yeah.
And it was something I wanted to have, and I loved it. Kids loved it. Wife loved it. It was convertible. I'd take it out Sundays. It was a family fun time in the car. But decided, there was no way around it. I had to sell it in order to get a third van because I needed it. I needed it for work. I needed it for to go to the next level in the business.
Exactly.
I needed one more technician. I need to keep these customers happy. I can't keep them waiting. 2 technicians wasn't cutting it. I wasn't about to let my the wait time extend. Customers call, we get right out. Do our best to get right out, and that mattered more.
Yeah.
So
That's big, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to do. When you, don't worry about that, Angels. This Angels, we see you.
Yeah, it's all well, and it's all worth it. It's all worth it because you get to talk to the customers that you're now keeping happy because you've got the ability to get to them in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think that says a lot about the sacrifice that people may or may not know that goes in to building a business. Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice, man. So I think that's nice, and that's going to be something to remember in the long run because one day you're going to get that back. Because you're going to keep doing the right thing and you're going to keep building and you're going to go get that dream car back. But just to shift gears, so something I always talk about, we're always talking about finding technicians. And let's just say we have an audience right now of high school students or maybe someone looking for a career change. The skilled trades, the food equipment service sector of the skilled trades. How amazing of an industry is this for someone to get into this and start making some money?
There's good.
Is this a career or is this a career?
There's a lot of work in this industry. We are in need of good technicians, and aside from that, this kind of gold collar work, as you call it, has been ignored for far too long. It hasn't been an option to a lot of these kids that are graduating, and I don't see why not. It's lucrative. There's good money. And it's not just that. There's the instant satisfaction at the end of every job. 4 to 5 times a day, you get an adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were able to get somebody up and running. For me, I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me, when I can put a smile on somebody else's face, that makes my day.
Yeah.
Whether or not that made that person's day, I'm sure it might have.
Oh, you did.
It makes my day. So
when you get these people back to business, you're making their day.
Right.
They're making their week.
And it's a sense of accomplishment. Makes you feel like you're actually doing something. It's not just work.
I say it all the time. We are in a very important industry. I said we're not saving lives, okay, but we're saving livelihood. We're saving people's livelihoods. Because you went in to XYZ restaurant today out in the LA area, you went to a mom and pop place maybe, and you just popped their door back on their oven, got the temperature set, you calibrated it, it's good to go. They're good for the weekend. Now they get to feed their customers so they can feed their family.
Right. You know, and
that means something.
Establishments like, you know, soup kitchens that are, you know, we do a lot of work for them, and
yeah,
you know, it's really satisfying to know that, you know, all these, you know, homeless people and hungry people were relying on us to be able to get that fixed, and we got it fixed.
And now they get to make some soup and do some sandwiches and different things this weekend.
We come across it a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're using the older ovens. They're not, you know, a lot of these places don't have, you know, new brand spanking new equipment. They're apt to, you know, they will fail here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get them running in time to get soup out, great. That's what we're there for.
That's it. I mean, it's so yeah. I mean, I all the time I say it's just we're just in such an important spot in the industry, in any industry. We're an important spot. It's just it's key what we do, and that's why I talk about the skilled trades and having these younger guys or people looking again for a career change to get out to. We got to get out into the high schools more. We got to get into vocational schools more. We got to talk about it more. We got to someone out there's got to start more podcasts talking about it and doing more videos on it and putting out more content on it, so these young people that are looking can find it, because this is an option. I'm a little annoyed, you know, the lack of respect that trades get. And we're specifically in on the food equipment trades, right? Refrigeration,
right?
Some HVAC, some dishwashing equipment, but there's just such a lack of respect when like people looking down like this is some we're second-rate citizens or something. Brother,
they look at us. I gotta tell
we're
you,
making more money than people on Wall Street. These guys are making more money. Give me a break.
Yeah, they are.
And these these technicians are highly intelligent people. You can't just throw somebody in front of a combi oven.
Right.
This takes years of training and understanding. So that's why this conversation needs to happen and keep happening.
Absolutely.
You know? I don't know if you want to say something.
I
made you lose your train of thought because I was rambling.
No, it's all right. It'll come back.
Let's, Alex Trebek, let's put some music on while we wait.
I was going to say that.
There we go. It worked.
When, as a technician, I mean, I'm one of the 3 technicians in the business. So when you walk in through that door, more often than not, they look at you as if Superman arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Their hero arrived. That's really the look. And literally the response sometimes we get is, "Oh my God, thank you." That means there's a desperate need for our technicians to be there.
There is.
And it instantly, that does 2 things. Makes you feel good, puts the pressure on. Mm-hmm. That's the second thing. And now the pressure is on the tech. I mean, you got to be able to, like I said, you got to be smart. You got to be willing to learn. And you got to know how to use tools.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you need, and you can get started.
That's it. Yeah. And, you know, of course, navigating as a smaller company like you, we had a lot of good conversation today on, I think, what, you know, some roads you could take to get to the next level. You know, I talk a lot about partnerships, and your network is your net worth. Right. And, you know, we're going to be at NRA. I'm going to be at Professor Region 5 meeting next week. I'm going to be I'm going to be all over. I'm going to be in as many places physically possible that I can be to put myself in position to have opportunity. And some people call it luck, but it's not luck. I put myself in positions for opportunity. Right. You're here right now. We're meeting. This is all for a reason. The next phase, the next step. You're out in the world. You're putting yourself out there. Partnerships. I mean, you have anything on since you started your company, what your sense is on like partnerships and networking and stuff like that from in the
Well, I'm starting
California?
to see it. I mean, I've been at it for 6 years, but the networking side of it, I'm just starting to see the value behind it. I went to like I said, the Cefesa conference where everyone was invited. That was huge. I've been to the, to NAFM and I've been to a lot of shows, but as a representative for a manufacturer, I hadn't seen the whole picture. When I went last year to Chicago to NRA, I saw it. I saw it firsthand as a big picture. There's a lot of people that know a lot of things there. I don't know if they're all sharing it. I think most of them would be willing to. I don't know if they're all sharing it. So it takes sometimes a handshake and an introduction.
Yeah.
And we picked up three new manufacturers from NRA last year.
There you go.
I can proudly say we've kept them very happy for this last year.
That's all you can do. That's
Right.
great. Yeah, I mean, it's important to have manufacturer partnerships, especially going into the future, where people are saying, "Oh, well, we're working at discounted rates and we're doing all this stuff." Blah blah blah. Okay, great, but the fact of the matter for me, because I'm the guy that's thinking, what's next? What's coming? Now, there's always going to be standard gas equipment. I think there'll be standard controls, standard stuff. No bells, no whistles.
Right. You need that.
But there are kitchens of the future being built. There are chefs that are leading the charge on different combi ovens and different steam equipment and different refrigeration and stuff, where there's Wi-Fi and there's data and there's different things. And I want to be close to the manufacturer because I want to be the guy that could work on this stuff in the future. When there's codes and there's tech codes, and if you aren't authorized, you're not going to get in. I want to be partnered with the leaders. And so that's an important thing to talk on.
On that point, one person I met from the NRA show last year ended up having me come in and it was for a manufacturer. They wanted me to assess the equipment. They knew my background. They knew how well I knew the equipment, and how much I've seen out there. Just wanted my idea on it, and that was humbling for me. It was huge. I really appreciated that, and I thought for a second afterwards. I said, imagine if we're doing this on a daily basis, how much our technicians really know. They've seen it all.
Yeah.
They've been in and out of it all. Be great for manufacturers to tap into that, and this is a stage for it.
For sure, without a doubt. I mean, the future is here. I mean, I just don't know if anybody really realizes that we're in the middle of a culture shift, and that we're in the middle of a shift in the industry, just with all of the different things, the consolidation and the buyouts and the different things that are happening all around us, and the internet has changed things forever, and we have to be really conscious as service companies going forward of the things that are going to be really important, and the things that matter, and the things that are going to separate us from the pact. And the things that are going to separate us from the pact is the care. Differentiators
Right.
are the people. We both in different markets, but we just for conversation. We both sell service. We both sell parts. We both sell meat. What's the difference? Why me and not you, or why you and not me? The people, the relationships, the expertise connected to the manufacturer with the training. There's some things like that, and then of course tie it all in together with being able to be connected to us through video,
Right.
and through understanding what our company's about and our values, and getting closer to us and just being available. I mean, we have to be very conscious of these things because the industry's changing very rapidly, and if you're not thinking about what's next, you're going to be left behind. The biggest companies, we're doing 15 million or 20 million a year. I don't care. I don't care. Look at Toys R Us. Look at Blockbuster. Look at Payless. Look at Sears. Look at Gymboree. On and on and on. There's
Right.
70 you could go freaking look up on Google right now. Not in our industry, but that's not the point. The point is they weren't innovative. They weren't looking to what's next. They're big. They're the giant. They're going to always be here. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah. We're seeing that every day.
Yeah. So it's, this is why I'm so talkative on the topic of trying to get other service companies, because imagine attracting talent. If it's just me here in New Jersey, imagine everyone starts doing videos and starts putting the stuff out there to attract people and youth and talent and different things to this industry. all of a sudden that noisy internet's going to get noisier, but with us.
Right.
Right now, it's quiet.
It is quiet.
So hopefully we're going to get that on board. What else you got going on over there in California? Anything? Anything interesting?
I was gonna say I spent all of yesterday here and some of today, and I mentioned to you earlier. I think you've got an amazing staff working here. They definitely all have the care factor. You can see it.
They do.
I mean, I think
Blessed.
I think maybe a video or two is deserving. The people should see who's working up there, and what they're doing.
They're working hard.
Yeah, they are. And every call that comes in, they're scrambling to find a way out there. And it's amazing to watch. I mean, they all care. They're all on board.
Yeah,
and that goes to you. Comes from the top, and
true.
And
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
we've been working hard. That's been years in the making. Years in the making. So nothing happens overnight. So be patient. Be patient and just stay the course, man. What else? Anything? Let's get into your website. Let everyone know where to find you. We're angrychefrepair.com.
Yeah. Something's up with it right now, but
that's all right.
Just got the message out, so they'll be taken care
of. We'll get it taken care of. angrychefrepair.com. You're on LinkedIn now. We got a business page. We got the personal page. We're going to start personal branding it, and we're going to find out who you're all about this year over the next 6, 7, 8, 9 months that we got left here.
I'll be the same person doing the same things, except we'll put it up on a few videos and start some chatter maybe.
Why not?
Yeah.
So we're gonna introduce a video in a little bit. Someone's knocking on our window. Welcome to Jersey. We're gonna have to go see what that is, but we're gonna start something, and on your channel, and we're gonna call it Fuming Fridays.
Yeah. Fuming Fridays with the Angry Chef Kitchen Repair crew.
That's right. And you should involve everybody that you can in there. Your guys, whoever you want.
Oh, absolutely. I plan on it.
Stop by a customer maybe.
Yeah, and
because we're all going through different problems and different issues, and sometimes things get you angry and you're fuming. So, what's going on here? We're gonna about. Yeah, we could hear you.
Hey, when you leave, make sure you put the 2 cones out there so nobody block the driveway.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, sir.
You got it. Listen, we have to conduct business. We're conducting business at all times here, so every now and then we got to stop. I apologize. So Fuming Fridays, man. We're gonna get angry. We're gonna get angry with the Angry Chef.
Yeah.
And maybe have some solutions as to how we can stop from being so angry.
Yeah.
And turn these into happy chefs.
Yeah, and I think what we'll find at the end of every Fuming Friday episode is that the key more often than not will be communication, and that's basically what the video will be doing.
It all boils down to that at the end. So we'll take this episode down, guys. It's a Fuming Friday here right now, and it's May, and summer's coming. So anybody out there listening that needs to get their refrigeration equipment started up and ready for the season, I recommend you go do that now and not wait till the 11th hour. Some filter change-outs, perhaps, or whatever we got to do, some coil cleaning.
Yeah.
So we'll take this down. Care Factor Season 2, Episode 8. Rich Maliki here, and JR, Angry Chef. We will see you on the next one. Peace.